Before we begin, do subscribe to Warfare Frontlines and, share this documentary with every serious historian and survival researcher you know. This channel exists to preserve the knowledge war nearly erased. Now, when we talk about World War II survival, most people imagine weapons, rations, and uniforms. But what history books rarely explain is that entire survival systems were developed in secret and, deliberately suppressed. These were not combat tactics. They were life preservation methods so effective that commanders actually restricted their circulation to prevent enemy forces and civilian populations from copying them. Some of these techniques kept men alive for months behind enemy lines, in frozen forests, flooded swamps, disease-ridden jungles, and destroyed cities, all with no supply chain and no support. They still work today, without power, fuel, or modern tools. What you're about to hear is not folklore. It is field-proven survival science. How soldiers used controlled dehydration to stretch water supplies. Allied medical units quietly trained certain reconnaissance and commando elements in controlled dehydration. The human body can adapt to reduced water intake if electrolyte balance is maintained. Soldiers were taught to reduce sweating through slow movement, shade discipline, and layered clothing while increasing salt intake using preserved foods. This allowed patrols to operate for days longer than their canteens would normally allow. Modern application is, honestly, quite straightforward. In emergency situations, reduce exertion, avoid direct sun, consume salt from preserved food, and sip water slowly rather than drinking large amounts at once. This method does not eliminate the need for water, but it dramatically extends limited supplies. How pine needle extraction prevented mass vitamin collapse. Long before synthetic vitamins became widespread, military medical researchers observed that pine needles contained enormous concentrations of vitamin C and trace minerals. Soldiers operating in winter forests were taught to extract nutrients by steeping chopped green needles in warm water. This prevented scurvy, immune collapse, and fatigue in prolonged winter campaigns. Today, this knowledge remains invaluable. Fresh pine needles, not yew or cedar, can be steeped for about 10 minutes in hot water. The resulting infusion provides more vitamin C than citrus fruit and requires no supply chain whatsoever. How sleeping systems were engineered to eliminate hypothermia. Cold killed more soldiers than bullets in several World War II campaigns. Specialized units were taught to construct body-powered thermal systems using layered bedding, moisture barriers, and insulation from forest materials. The key was eliminating convection and ground contact while sealing body heat inside an enclosed chamber. Modern replication requires a raised sleeping platform, dry insulation beneath and around the body, a vapor barrier such as plastic or canvas, and layered blankets or clothing. This system allows a single person to maintain survivable temperature in sub-zero conditions without any fire. Well, let me tell you how food smoke preservation was really perfected out in the field. Special operations units, you see, learned to smoke preserve meat and fish using these clever portable ground pits. They'd suspend thin cuts above smouldering hardwood for several hours, which drove the moisture out while, importantly, sealing the nutrients inside. This method, remarkably, allowed food to last for weeks, without any need for refrigeration. And honestly, anyone today can build a smoke pit with just a shallow trench, some green branches, and hardwood embers. The key is to keep the smoke cool, not flaming, and to rotate the food regularly. The result, well, it's shelf-stable protein with no electricity or chemicals required. How mapless navigation kept patrols alive behind enemy lines. Certain units were trained to navigate without maps by reading terrain flow, vegetation density, water movement, and star patterns. This allowed them to cross hundreds of miles without leaving recoverable documents behind. The modern survival application involves learning sun tracking, shadow direction, prevailing wind patterns, river behavior, and constellations. These methods still function anywhere on Earth and require no equipment. How wound treatment used moss instead of bandages. Sphagnum moss was secretly adopted by field medics in remote theatres because of its extraordinary antiseptic properties and absorption capacity. It reduced infection and clotting failure dramatically when no proper bandages were available. Today, clean sphagnum moss can be sterilized by boiling and used as a wound dressing in emergencies. It absorbs blood, inhibits bacteria, and accelerates healing. How psychological endurance training prevented mental collapse. Elite soldiers were trained to structure time, routines, and purpose during isolation. This prevented mental breakdown in extreme environments. They maintained schedules, recorded observations, and assigned themselves daily objectives. This practice remains one of the most effective tools in modern survival psychology. Structure preserves mental stability when circumstances collapse. How passive camouflage protected soldiers from detection. Instead of relying on issued camouflage, soldiers learned to match local vegetation, soil color, and shadow behavior. They modified uniforms with mud, ash, crushed leaves, and charcoal to break natural outlines. This method still applies today. Effective camouflage depends on disrupting shape, shine, and shadow rather than copying patterns. These 8 survival systems were restricted not because they failed, but because they worked. They kept soldiers alive when supply lines collapsed and the world itself was on fire. Their value has not diminished with time. If anything, it has increased. If this knowledge matters to you, subscribe to Warfare Frontlines. Share this documentary with serious researchers and survivalists and continue preserving the forgotten intelligence of the past.